Finally, my friends, the spoilers for Chapter 5 of the Heaven Saga have been released. And guys, in this chapter, we simply have the return of the immortal knight. Yes, I'm talking about Ikki the Phoenix. Hello, knights and Amazons. Welcome to the Semperquist Saber channel, I'm Wes. And in today's video, I bring you the spoilers for Chapter 5 of Saint Seiya, the Heaven Saga. Go ahead and comment where you're watching this video from, and also what you think about this Heaven Saga of Knights of the Zodiac. And of course, click like, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, and let's get into this awesome video. Semperquist Sabir. This new chapter is called Distant Memories. It starts with Seiya and Shun. As we know, Athena's defenders have just gone through a confrontation against some skeleton specters, and Jean de Orthros, who attacked Saori. Seiya awakened his Cosmo, but he and Shun still have no memories. Athena also awakened and easily defeated the specter Jean de Orthros. However, mysteriously, Seiya and Shun faint. And when they wake up, all the specters and Athena have disappeared. So both of them return home. They are living ordinary lives in the village of Rodorio, which is near the sanctuary. The Bronze Saints, who challenged gods like Poseidon and even Hades to protect the goddess Athena, do not remember their pasts, and now they are trying to discover the origin of their powers, and of the mysterious girl, Saori. Seiya reunited with his sister Saga, and both live in Rodorio village. However, Saga hides Seiya's painful past. She doesn't want him to suffer again in battles for being a knight. Shun, the Andromeda Knight, known for his unwavering purity and his pacifist nature. Now he is a humble flower seller. His knight power hasn't awakened yet. But as we know, he has the greatest Cosmo among the Bronze Saints. When the two approach their homes, Seiya takes a cautious approach. He explicitly asks Shun not to tell Saga anything about the terrible events they witnessed and suffered just now at the ruins of the sanctuary. Finding out that his brother almost sacrificed his life again, it would leave Saga in a constant state of worry and alertness. Seiya wants to spare his sister. That's because in his last conversation with her, when he revealed that he had found a mysterious girl with no memory, who is Saori? The knight noticed that Saga was surprised and was hiding something. He wants his sister to believe that their lives are still normal, but the problem is Shun. Being such an honest and pure-hearted young man, he can't lie easily. When Saga shows up and starts questioning them, she notices that besides the tense atmosphere and the obvious tiredness of the boys, Shun is simply left speechless. The hesitant silence of the Andromeda Knight and his evasive gaze end up raising serious suspicions in Sika's heart. She then realizes that something happened to them, and that's why there's imminent danger approaching. While humans try to deal with their pain on Earth, the gears of the heavenly realm, that is, Olympus, they continue to turn relentlessly. On Mount Olympus, we see Callisto again, who is the other commander of the satellites, the army of warriors, who serve the goddess of the moon Artemis faithfully. Callisto is a figure of the highest authority in the lunar temple, a cold, strategic woman, completely devoted to her lady. She is speaking directly with Elysium, the stubborn leader of the elite satellite forces, known for her flawless aim with a bow and arrow, and for her aggressive stance in combat. Callisto delivers to Elysium the official orders from the goddess of the moon. Artemis is Athena's older sister. She rules the Temple of the Moon with an iron fist, but she has a deep emotional dilemma regarding her younger sister. She completely disapproves of Athena's actions in favor of humans, seeing mortals and knights as insolent beings who only bring harm to the balance of the universe. However, after learning that Athena is regaining her memories and that the goddess Kera is trying to destroy her, Artemis asks Callisto to protect Athena from the shadows. But once again, just like in the Next Dimension saga, Callisto ends up acting on her own, and motivated by an extreme zeal to protect Artemis, she adds a secret and terrifying order to Elysium's mission. She states categorically that if Athena's mere presence or actions cause any kind of suffering, sadness, or dishonor to Artemis, she will not hesitate to take drastic measures. Therefore, if necessary, Athena must be assassinated. This hidden order shows that the servants of the Moon Sanctuary will show no mercy if Athena's actions once again cause problems for Olympus or for them. The life of the goddess is perfectly expendable if it means maintaining the peace and the sovereignty of Artemis and Olympus intact. Elysium then accepts the mission coldly, and back on Earth, specifically in the ruins around Athena's sanctuary in Greece, We see the wall where Iolos's testament was transported. And in that silent nighttime atmosphere, one of the most beautiful and significant moments of this chapter occurs. This is the reunion of two brothers who were separated by the gods. Shun and his older brother Ikki of Phoenix meet in front of the sacred wall, where the legendary testament of Aiolos of Sagittarius is inscribed. And Ikki of Phoenix, who is the classic opposite of his brother Shun, has also lost his memories and doesn't even remember the Andromeda saint. Andromeda, Ikki has even forgotten that. About his painful training on Death Queen Island, which was a true hell on Earth. When he sees his younger brother standing there, Ikki calls out to him, even without knowing who he is. His sharp eyes notice a subtle detail that Shun carries with him. A beautiful flower. With his imposing voice, Ikki asks Shun if that specific flower was picked in the Elysian fields. Here, the script expands the setting of the story, as we know. The Elysian fields were the utopian paradise located beyond the Wall of Lamentation, a place where only the gods or the humans chosen by them could set foot. However, this place was destroyed after the fall of Hades. And interestingly, the spoilers from this chapter reveal something fascinating to us. It seems that the reflection or the remnants of the Elysium fields are now on Earth. The proof of this is that the flower Shun is holding was picked exactly a year ago, and even far from its original soil, it remained absolutely radiant, without showing the slightest sign of withering or dying. At this moment, Ikki reveals remnants of his memories. With a distant look, the Phoenix Knight reveals something profound. He tells Shun that he has a vivid memory of seeing a single flower blooming, in a place that seemed like hell itself. Ikki's words make a direct reference to his time on Death Queen Island, and to his lost love, the young Esmeralda. She was the only person who managed to bring light and sweetness to the life of Phoenix, amidst the violence of that cursed place. And for those who remember, besides this metaphor, there really was a flower that had bloomed in that inhospitable place during Ikki's training, showing us that even in the darkest and most devastated environments, life and hope insist on blooming. After sharing this rare moment of vulnerability with his brother, Ikki returns to his usual solitary stance, turns his back, and walks away into the night of the sanctuary, leaving Shun alone with his thoughts and doubts. This moment in the chapter can reveal a lot, my friends, as we've been theorizing here on the channel, showing that Ikki, he might be the first of the Bronze Saints to recover his memories. Just the fact that he has these memories, which he probably interprets as just dreams. And Ikki will gradually awaken completely and will protect his brothers from the shadows. And still in the last part of this exciting chapter, the action moves directly to Elysium. This is probably the place on Earth that Shun and Ikki mentioned. Saori Kido, the reincarnation of Athena in this era, arrives at this place. She went there. Guided by the specter of Xion of Orthros, Saori seeks answers. Solutions to reverse the tragic fate that Kera's plans and the remaining specters may cause. However, the calm is brutally interrupted. A terrible deity descends from the heavens. This is the goddess Kera. Kera's arrival is devastating. Without showing the slightest hesitation, she channels her evil Cosmo and attacks Xion right before the eyes of the goddess of wisdom. Xion is literally reduced to pieces, pulverized by the overwhelming power of the goddess of misfortune. It's a violent demonstration that the goddess Kera does not forgive failures. Xion should have destroyed Athena before she awakened. But he failed in his mission. What stands out in the scene is the reaction of Saori Kido. The goddess Athena remains absolutely impassive, which showed that Saori now has a different attitude. She has now decided to face all the enemies alone. Apparently, Athena, now she will have no mercy on her adversaries and will do whatever is necessary to protect her knights and ensure that they live ordinary lives. Realizing that he won't be able to intimidate Athena easily with cheap displays of power, Kera decides to attack the goddess's mind, bringing to light some of the greatest secrets in the entire classic history of Saint Seiya. With a sarcastic smile on her face, Kera reveals that she was the one who incited and corrupted the minds of Saga and Kanan, the Gemini twins, in the past, by revealing that she was the true mastermind behind the discord that almost destroyed Athena's sanctuary from within. She confesses that humans were just chess pieces in her divine game to create the necessary path for Hades' victory. Kera then wastes no time with more talk and goes all out for a direct attack against Saori Kido. And that's how the spoilers for this new chapter end. Now we know that in Chapter 6, Athena will probably face Kera directly, and the most interesting thing of all is that we might finally see the return of the Gemini Saints. I really believe that canon. He will be the Gemini saint who will appear to help Saori in Chapter 6. That's because there's a theory that he survived after the fight against Rhadamanthes. So, what did you think of these spoilers? Do you also believe that Kanan will return to the story and take revenge on the goddess Kera? Leave your opinions in the comments, of course. Thank you for watching this video until the end, and see you next time. Burn your Cosmo to infinity.